let's cook up a build. I'm excited. Look at this. I prepared 3 crystals today, and then I realized that I think I have 2 expertise points. Yeah. Ooh, I kind of want to take Marketer, but I also want to take Lucky Altar because we don't have any farms. So like Marketer allows you to re-roll the black market, which I think is an amazing feature. And yeah, I do love the black market. The only problem is that I don't have many farms at the moment. So like you get access to this thing. But yeah, I don't have many farms at the moment, so I feel like it'd probably be better with Lucky. No, I'm gonna go double Lucky Altar. I'm gonna do it, because 50% chance of getting a free crystal fits me very well while streaming. It's not that I don't mind making farms, but the way I see it, you can finish, like you can go Lucky Altar early, and then later you can remove it, you can re-roll it, and when you have farms and stuff. But I think it's a good starting. Okay. Guys, I'm not going to hold it back anymore. Here we go. The build I want to try and make today is a build that I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Just because I have some weird gear combinations here, and I think that it would be interesting. The very first thing I want to do is save my skill points to this build, and then I'm going to load this one. Okay, so now we're clean, and now we have 62 unspent skill points. That's correct. So here's what I want to try and do. I want to try and use that 8 chaining sword that we found, this one, and build a build that is based on piercing, conducting javelins, together with rampage for that incredible damage buff. And maybe if I can fit it, maybe even entropic bind. Because if I can go Entropic Bind, I don't need as many defensive stats on my gear, and I can go super damage heavy. Something like this is what I'm thinking. So the question is, do we add Rampage to this, or do we skip Rampage? Because if we skip Rampage, we don't need to go super heavy on Mana Steel. But if we have Rampage, we need to go super heavy on Mana Steel. And I am worried that with a Chaining Sword, without Rampage, I'm not going to have enough damage. So what Conduct does, for those of you who are new or don't know, Conduct basically takes your on-hit effects on your sword, including chaining. It's just lucky that it doesn't take. And then it allows the javelins to have that effect. But yeah, first things first, I think what we're going to do, we're going to spend a lot of resources on this today. We got to get this chaining sword to have, at the very least, 28 base attack damage and preferably high attack speed. So with Lucky Hit, if I go with a Lucky Hit build here, that's for the Mana Leech. But then that, like 55% of the attack damage dealt as sweeping hit is quite impressive. But I don't know if it works with chaining very well. Because mobs can only take 1 damage tick per tick. Oh, okay. There it is. We stopped there. We stopped there for the base rolls. The obvious thing to do with this sword is to go Poison Nova. Because this is a perfect sword for Poison Nova. Like, perfect sword. It was more perfect before I fundamentally rerolled it, because it had more attack speed. And you don't need attack damage with a poison build. But, yeah, okay. So, we kind of want then the perfect suffixes. Oh my god. That's what you want for a poison build, guys. There it is. There it is. That's how a Poison Nova sword should look like. Okay, let's just cook for a second. Like, I have this idea, but now that I have this roll, let's just think about this. Is there a world where we have a hybrid AP poison build? AP AD poison build? Not really, right? I think there is, but not on hard difficulty with companion challenge stacks. The mobs have too much health. Like, you have to have a lot of AP in order to kill the mobs properly. So, like, what would I do? I would need armor pieces with ability power on it. And I was going to play with this. Like, look at this thing. This thing actually is going to need a few adjustments. It's going to need a better mana roll than that. Yeah, something like this. But it's also going to need a durability roll. So I'm going to have to spend one of these. 2. That was a bit sad. That was a bit sad, but okay. Yeah, now it's at least usable, right? So that's fine. My question is this focus good enough to Pyretic Focus to upgrade the rarity? I think it is. To get an extra suffix there and to add cooldown, I think it's worth it. But guys, okay, let's go back to the sword. We're gonna stick with my plan. Even though we got an insane roll here, we're gonna stick with the plan of going for this here. Lucky Hit. Right, let's have a look at the modifier that we can fit here. It's just going to be like a mob damage, I think. Or Heart Fragment chance. Of course we should go Heart Fragment chance. The thing is, a lot of people don't know this, but this damage here, like tank damage and horde damage, assassin damage, dungeon damage, did you guys know that that also scales AP stuff? So if you're an AP build, this applies to your abilities. There we go. Oh, I really want to use an Empowered Chaotic here before I freeze. By using a Cryonic on this, if it hits the chaining, it's great. But if it hits Lucky Hit, it's terrible. No, I'm gonna do it. Perfect. Okay. So the attack speed is not the best here. I suppose one problematic thing with using the... if I do use Cryonic Focus and freeze the Lucky Hit, that would mean that even if I upgrade this sword with Adaptive Focus, it would stay with the frozen Cryonic one. Okay, so the decision here on this sword now is, do we freeze and hope that it hit chaining attack? If it does, we have the ability to empower Chaotic Focus attack speed up to 20%. And we have an ability to like re-roll the prefixes. That's the biggest thing. We can get heart fragment chance much higher. Okay, let's leave the sword here. Let's go to this thing. This thing I've decided we're gonna Pyretic Focus, which costs a lot of plating. A lot of plating. This is a very expensive thing. And Pyretic Focus, for those of you who don't know, upgrades the rarity. So it's gonna turn it from a rare to an epic, giving us an extra suffix. But maybe before we do that, this is where we Cryonic, guys. This is where we freeze. And hope that it hits the Lucky Hit. The only thing I didn't like was Mana Shield, and we froze it. But okay, let's do this. And let's craft on CDR here. Because cooldown reduction is going to be important with this build. But there we go. I mean, it froze Mana Shield, which is a little bit sad, but whatever. It doesn't matter. That's an amazing focus. Okay. I don't know if this chaining idea is going to work. We're going to have to see, right? That's what we're going to have to do. Should we go with these boots? They're only common, but they do have attack damage. Or should we go with these boots with resistance? For a chest plate, I'm thinking about this living piece here. It has 50% extra mana. And you know what? This one, the mana is insanely important if we do a mana leech build. But first things first, this we're going to need to get, yep, something like this. Perfect. And then what we're going to want to do is, first we can do this. So for suffix, I kind of want healing efficiency or cooldown. Or that. That's perfect. And now we can empower Chaotic it. It's not touching the legendary. Okay. Craft. Craft on the CDR. We can craft max CDR. Yeah, we might just ship it like this. Okay, then we want a hat, and now we need attack damage. We desperately need attack damage. And what I was going to do was I was going to gamble a little bit on this hat. Although it has 30% crit hit resistance, we kind of want Lucky Hit on the hat as well. But 30% crit hit resistance feels extremely powerful. And crit hit resistance. Let me explain to you guys why crit hit resistance is so strong. When a mob's crits, they do anywhere between 40 to 200% increased damage. If you ever wondered why you're weak inside the vault and why you die so hard, listen to how many times you get critically hit by mobs. Take the Elite Skeleton, for example. The only difference it does when it cloaks itself is that it crits. So critical hit resistance is actually, if you're fighting melee, as such a deal breaker. Anyway, I'm gonna gamba this hat because I don't want the AP or effect avoidance, but I want the knockback resistance. I don't think that's a bad legendary. Yeah, something like this, right? So I really want on this piece, I want attack damage, but crafting attack damage is like, that's a super low roll. So what we're instead gonna do, we're going to add resistance here to it. Okay. That makes it so that I won't roll resistance when I add, and I won't roll attack damage because they're exclusive to each other. So now I can go ahead and add and hope that I get an armor roll or a health roll or a mana roll on the prefix. I don't care about the suffixes. I'm just showing you guys how to efficiently craft gear. A health roll. Perfect. We need CDR here. We need cooldown reduction on the suffix. Mana regen we don't really care about. Healing efficiency we do want. So maybe we do this, and now how much, if I do this and then cooldown, yeah, we can craft the max cooldown. Okay, perfect. So now we go Empowered Chaotic and hope that it hits that healing efficiency. Yeah, kind of want that higher. Okay, it hit the health. These are expensive, so I don't want to overuse them. Come on, big chunk on healing efficiency. Yes, 21%. Well, now we don't have much choice. We just have to add. It's dead. It's now dead. Well, that's fine. We didn't want the knockback resistance really anyway. We were just trying to be nice to the game. Yeah, and so who cares? I think the best we can get here is item rarity and healing efficiency or something like that. Oh, come on. Don't kick us completely now. It's getting expensive. Okay, CDR and item rarity. Healing efficiency and Dura. 400 bronze per roll now. 50 plating. Ah! Cost 112 plating to add. I think it might be dead, honestly. Okay, let's go for another mega hat that I have laying around here. Level 65. And let's do a fundy roll. Yeah, okay. You have to understand one thing with Vault Hunters. I know a lot of people get excited when I roll gear, but one thing that I think is important, and this was something that Etho commended the game for, and you guys know when Etho says something good about something, it's good, right? You guys know this. Ooh, that's good. That is that the whole point of Vault Gold and plating is to roll gear and to maximize with it. We haven't done it at all this season, so yeah, I'm not worried about it. Wait. How much healing efficiency can we craft? We can craft max. Okay. The only problem is that the Empowered Chaotic has so many different targets now, so it's not that powerful. Yeah, it hit the worst thing. One more. It hit the absolute worst thing. Okay, helmet, not the greatest, but sure, fine. So now the question is, do we go defensive boots or do we go offensive boots? We actually need CDR. So you know what we can do? You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to invest a lot in these. I'm going to re-roll this first. Yep, that's better. I'm going to pyretic them because we need that suffix for CDR. We need the cooldown reduction because we want to be able to spam the javelins. So here we go. Boom. And now we go to craft the CDR on them. So there we go. Those are pretty good. I mean, look, the knockback resistance isn't that great. We could have had armor there. But yeah, if we go on Tropic Bind, that's not bad. And then we need leggings. I have these leggings that gives us health. The health is great. Good, but we needed to do that. I could actually check. Maybe I'm maxing CDR already, but I don't know. It's good to have a little bit of mana regen. Specifically if we do Entropic Bind. Because otherwise we need to like upkeep by doing a lot of stuff. Okay, fundamental. Yep, perfect. Perfect roll for this build. So we really want increased attack damage here. I will also take a high armor roll. I guess it's not awful. It upped the mana regen. Okay. Okay. There's a tier 1 set. And I'd rate this like A tier because a lot of it is legendary. And yeah, we're gonna try this out. Where how's the current transmogs are. Let's have a look at the mix match. So this is how we would look out of the box, guys. Kind of cool. Not gonna lie, like this does work. I actually really like this. Let's do some skill points now. So, as I say, I have no idea if this is gonna work out. This might be an awful build, but just for funsies, we're gonna try and make this build powerful in like X mark rooms and stuff like this. So I'm actually gonna max Rat Totem. How much damage does this increase with? 90%. So it almost doubles my damage while I have the Rat Totem active. I do like the idea of Entropic Bind. How is my defense? 84%. Yeah, I'm not the most sturdiest thing. Can I maintain? Oh, it's 0.7. So that means I need 70% mana regen, which I don't think I have. I don't have that, so I can't maintain that high level of Entropic Bind. So let's go backwards a bit. What is it on this level? 0.5. I think we have exactly 50% mana regen. Oh, we got 79% actually. Oh, because we have a little bit here. Okay, yeah, we have a little bit on the Void Stone. So yeah, let's go 3 levels. That's 60% mana regen you need in order for it to keep it up at all times. And Entropic Bind makes it so that mobs around me gets very slowed. The next thing we want to do then is we want to go with the Rampage and support it with lucky hits. So we're going to go max in Mana Steal. Yeah, max in Mana Steal. This steals 24% of my max mana and I have 379. I kind of like having Stonefall. I think that's great. We should have Lucky Cry because, quite frankly, unfortunately, Lucky Cry is one of those spells that is just too OP to not have. Then for our main attack spell, for our range attack, we're gonna have Javelins, and we're gonna go Piercing Javelin. Even though I have a really good deck for Scatter and it could work very well with Scatter, we're gonna try a Piercing Javelin Conduct build because I've never really done it before. So then we need Conduct. This makes it so that when I throw a Javelin, it also transfers my chain attack, which is very important. We shouldn't need Ethereal, which means that we can spend points on Throw Power, because Throw Power with Javelins, with Piercing Javelins is actually quite important. Yeah, you see like how it falls off quickly. With piercing javelin, I tend to at least go 2 in throw power. While people think that's weird because I lose some damage on the javelins, I think it's important. But yeah, the rest here we should fill up on damage. So we got 10 out of 10 in the group. You see now the javelin travels further, even though I aimed up a little bit there. Okay, so with that, we can absolutely afford a speed level on this one. I do want to max haste as well. And we, of course, we are an AD build now, so we want to max strength. So now we have 13 points without dash or heal. So let's try the rampage thing. 2 levels in it gives us 100% extra damage while it's active. Can I get 4 here and 4 in heal? No. I could get 3 in heal, and then I could get 1 more in rampage. That's 50% more damage. Oh, Vein Mine? Crap. Yeah, true. We need Vein Mine. Okay, maybe we sacrifice 10% damage here for 1 in Vein Mine. You're right, chat. I don't know if this is going to work, and obviously we are only level 65. There are a lot of support skills you would want. Like, if I had more skill points, I would go Lucky Momentum. I would probably go Prudent. I would go maybe even Arcana. I don't think it's needed, but I would probably go Mastery, actually. If we're going to do, like, dungeons and champion killing, then I'd use this. But it's a start, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't know if it's going to work out, though. Let's have a look at our stats now. So we have 122 DPS. That's bloody terrible, man. That's really low DPS. We got 56% CDR. We can spam pretty well. I'm thinking about what trinkets we should add with this. How much lucky hit do I have? 24%. Maybe it's worth going Clover instead of cufflinks here. That brings my lucky hit to 30%. And the more lucky hit, the more we can keep Rampage up. And the more we keep Rampage up, the more damage we do, obviously. Because, like, this is the idea. You activate Rampage, our DPS is 300, but look at our mana. It goes very fast. And then with hitting the mobs, we should be stealing that back. That's with no deck. Though, true. We do have the ability to add our deck here as well. And I don't really know how much we should customize the deck for this build. I do see a problem with decks being, something you have to constantly upgrade if you change your build. That might be a bit annoying, but I don't know if a lot of public people do as much changing to builds as I do. So do we just build from this deck then? I guess we do. I guess we take this out, and we take that out, and we take this out. And row stat cards. So we're going to have a row with just stat cards. And then we're going to put in this card. We're not going to put this card in. It's so annoying that I have such insane scatter javelin cards, and then we're not building a scatter deck. Perfect. Wait, so we have 4.6% CDR here. Let's upgrade this card. 5.4. And this thing is actually ending up giving us quite a bit of mana. Let's double it. Look, mana is great for this. Base mana, not percentage. 19 extra mana is going to be huge. Let's see how much stats we get. 414 mana. And 61.4 CDR. Nice! Now, in order to test this build out, what do we do? Because, like, if we overstack and super fire vault, it's just going to be companions winning for me, and I won't know whether or not the build is good or bad. It's just going to be like a giant echo chamber, basically. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate the idea of a giant echo chamber. I think it's great success. But maybe to try out the build, we want to try something that can challenge us a little bit. Let me start enchanting this up. Depth Strider and Unbreaking. Okay, let's do a bingo vault, but let's not overdo it. And we might do some shopping and try and find some focuses also. That would be fun. Okay, so here's the thing. I kind of want to try it out without challenge stacks. Does that make sense? I want to like get a bottom value for this build. Without having any extra health on the mobs, etc. But yeah, no challenge stacks, just run it pure and see how it goes. Of course, that means that we can't add the wooden chest, we can't have the stack, so the bingo is definitely going to be harder. You know what we also didn't equip yet? Is one of our charms. Now, they don't do much because we don't have any good reputation. So maybe we save these. I think that we hold on the god charm until we have like a little bit of reputation so that the stats actually matters, right? Yeah. Maybe we wait with the charm. Okay, what blue trinket should we play with? Should we go with wings or should we go with feather? Treasure goggles. No, I think we're going to go with wings. I think I rated, before testing it, I rated A tier. I think it's going to do pretty well. I think it's going to do better than it says on the tin, basically. I think it's going to be very good for challenge rooms and dungeons. I think it's going to do fine in. Better than the fireball build in dungeons, for sure. First run with this build. I don't know what we call it. The chaining javeliner man. It might be terrible. Uh-oh, dudes. Uh-oh. Well, this is not going to be easy. We got a nether vault. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have to find a villager. We have to find 2 omega rooms. We have to vendor. And we have the chain here. All in a nether vault. Okay, so the chain objective is to find 5 wooden chests flawlessly. Do we do this first though? We do. Here we go, guys. Let's not run any modifiers. Let's see how this build does. This is what its strength is. Of course, it's not going to beat the stupid storm arrow. But hopefully it's good. Oh no, it's bad. Oh no, it's terrible. Wait, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I almost did it, actually. I almost did it there. Yeah, I think we're very weak. We don't have entropic bind on. I think it's pretty bad, guys. Rampage is now out because I ran out of mana. I did a lot less luck hits than I thought I would. Okay, yeah, thank you for the healing, guys. Oh, we got the chainsword. The drillers are keeping me alive with heals. Okay, well, look. I think this can work. I think the build can work. No, I think it can work. I get it. I get it. It seems silly that... Oh, heart fragments. Yeah, it seems silly. I barely survived there, and my companion saved me. And that was on 0 challenge stacks. Although that doesn't affect this. Oh, we're gonna get a lot of things here. We had 3 gilded tasks. But... I feel like it might be something that I can get used to. I'm gonna do this though. I'm gonna go and discover this room flawlessly. Look at the chain here. And now we need to flawlessly loot wooden. And so I'm gonna jump back down in the hole and loot wooden. 200 IQ play. And I have to be silent so that I don't mess up. Here we go. We're testing the build again. Be prepared to help me out. Tanks. How do we do against tanks? Pretty good. Pretty good against tanks. Okay, not bad. Assassins. Fine. Yeah, not bad. Horde mobs. Of course, it's the nether as well, so it's like harder horde mobs. Oh my. I mean, I struggle in the nether anyway. Oh, I should have put up my totem. I didn't put up my totem. Yeah, I'm misplaying this build a little bit. And I need to enable... Dude, brother. Didn't I have... Oh, I do have minors, yeah. You know, I kind of like in Vault Hunters that builds take a little bit of practice, specifically an AD build. Like, I noticed it with the AP build, and I've said this before, and I stand by it. I think that, of course, AP builds are easier for the most part. You can deal a crap ton of damage without too much effort. You're range, and you're chilling. But then, if you make mistakes, it usually goes pretty bad, because you don't have that much health. Okay, the mana, I'm not keeping up as well as I thought I would. Ruin the dwellers there. I should get full mana every 3rd hit, but I might be miscalculating this. Dude! Also, I don't have a defensive build. Like, I don't have any resistance or anything like this. Yeah, now let's try this. Let's try... Oh, a dungeon. Oh, a dungeon. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, we are doing a lot of damage. Champion. But I don't know how much the chains are helping us out. Can't believe we got 2 stacks, dude. Maybe I can actually sacrifice a mana steal for a life leech. Maybe that would help me out a little bit. I'm not using my javelins enough. That's what it is. I need to start kiting. The only time I should go melee, so I'm trying to learn the build, right? The only time I should go melee is when listen to me getting excited like a little nerd schoolboy. But the only time I should go melee is when I should recharge my mana. Because I do have conducting javelins. So I should absolutely spend more time kiting. You see? I mean, compare that, guys. Compare that to one... Ooh, time pylon. 2 minutes. Compare that to one fireball. You see what I mean with strong build? And these are fast horde mobs. Very fast horde mobs. Ooh. Is that a Villara? Dungeon mobs. Bro, we can do that right now. I genuinely think that the build is working with a little bit of practice. And not a nether theme, maybe. I think it's fine. There we go. We got another Villara reputation point. Okay, we gotta do this village. We gotta free a villager. I think this should be pretty good here as well, but I don't know. Oh, is it the ornate village? I thought it was a living. I think it struggles against Guardians, even though I said it's going to be good against Guardians because of their thorns. I think it cancels my hits or something. Very unsatisfying. Doesn't feel like the javelins are hitting them either, does it? I think it's actually feeling pretty nice. I understand it might be hard to judge through the thing. I do think I want more in Entropic Bind, though, for it to be efficient. So I gotta sacrifice something else. But I definitely think that it's working. It's a little bit spiky in the damage and health. And I know that my Dylans have helped me loads with heals. Use totem more and we would be better. Yeah, exactly. And that's a practice thing for sure. GG. No blackout for Iskall. 4 bingos. I think it went pretty well though. I think that we made a new build. Stressmaster says it's shit about my new build. How toxic, dude. No. I refuse to say that it's bad. We're gonna go in again and we're not gonna have the nether vault. I think the build was pretty cool. I mean, look. Okay, here we go. We gotta try it one more time. When have I ever, be honest, Dylan, when have I ever gone into a nether vault and been like, oh, this is gonna be great? I think I handled it pretty well. Like, we have very high hitting mobs, high crit chance mobs, and, you know, it's just bloody awful, to be honest with you. I think the dungeon handling was fine, but we're gonna try again. We're gonna try one more run with this build. We got an epic charm with healing efficiency, increased health, and effect avoidance. Okay, this one we're gonna equip because we do have 2 in Villara. This is gonna give us nice effect avoidance and healing efficiency, actually. So we'll equip this charm. Let's just run it back without thinking. Let's just run it back, similar type of vault, one more time. Let's get going. So we got the sand theme. This is the theme that has a lot of, or not a lot, but it has more dwellers. Okay, now let's test this out in a normal, non-super difficult theme of Doom. Like a normal theme. Let's get the mobs here. I think this is gonna be good. You don't believe in AD builds? Well, we're chilling, dudes. Yeah, we're chilling. Yeah, you said this build is weak? What do you mean? Oh, you gotta have AP builds to be able to kill things? Nah. We're just fine. 10 out of 10, 100%. Yeah, I think so. A fireball would have killed him in one fireball. So yeah, there it is. No, honestly, I think this build is gonna work fine. I think that that was a nether vault. Nether vaults are hard. I feel like I handled it fine. We spent one phoenix stack and that was it. Because it's become custom now to spend phoenix stacks. I get flashbacks to the Thorns build. The Frozen Doom build of Doom. I think that was a pretty good build. I think that was fine. Do I have any dungeon tasks? I haven't even maximized the potential here. No, I mean, I'm not struggling. Dude, the falling sand though. It sounds like I'm sarcastic, but I'm actually not. Like, please believe me, the build is fine. I just saw a Dylan rated in chat. This is not a joke, but I just saw a Dylan rated 10 out of 10. And I think they're right. You might think I'm joking, but I'm not. Right, check this out. Here's the power of this build. I forgot the kite and tropic bind. Rapidly mitigate damage, no problem. Honestly, I mean, it might look a bit messy, but guys, it's not bad. I'm not just coping, it's not bad. It isn't. Like, it sounds, even I think I sound sarcastic, but I'm not. It's good. And the gear can be better. It's not like maximized gear here by any means. I can get better at this build for sure. I don't know how much of my javelins are piercing damage versus chaining damage, and that's quite important because if most of it is just chaining damage, then I could swap it to the normal javelin to do more damage. It's definitely not as easy as a fireball build though, because you do need to maintain your mana. You do need to like hit your hits and stuff like this. But yeah, practice. I've always said this, right? I really like the thing in Vault Hunters where player skill expression is important. GG though. I gotta be honest, guys. I don't think this is a bad build at all. Copium? No! Guys, okay. Now we've done 2 runs with this build. There's no way you can look at this build and say that I'm coping that is like a B or A tier. It's not an S tier, okay? It's not an S tier build, but it's not bad. I think the build is great, honestly. Yeah, I mean, look, it needs I need practice with it. I'm gonna continue with this build for a while at least now, or a little bit longer. Someone said a few weeks ago, like, build diversity here in chat, and I do think that Vault Hunters does do great in allowing different builds. I think it's touching on an A tier. I think it's B+. It's B+ right now. Okay, B+ right now. But I kind of need to run a vault where I just focus on the efficiency of killing mobs and see how it feels. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do hit the like button down below. And if you're brand new, consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next episode.